Dr. Fernando Rivera, he's the executive director and founder of the UCF Puerto Rico Research Hub, which has been sponsored by our chamber, and we're very pleased to have partnered with. Adelante, Fernando.
Good morning. Hopefully you are seeing my screen.
Yes, we are.
All right, perfect. So I think I have about 5 minutes. So first of all, thank you to PRUSA and the Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce, which were the first ones to believe in our mission, which I'll talk about briefly. We've heard a lot about the connection between Puerto Rico and Florida in terms of the bridges that we have out here. And, you know, one of the things that was mentioned before, data is very, very important out here. But one of the things that has attracted a lot of Puerto Ricans to Florida is that this movement of people have started long before Hurricane Maria out here. And you can see that caused across the state out here. And this is some information from the Institute of Statistics from Puerto Rico that shows you where are some of the Puerto Ricans that migrated out of Puerto Rico to the state of Florida. Obviously, you see a big number of people in the Central Florida region, but that doesn't mean that other areas of the states are doing it as well. We know after some of the research that we've done with the Urban Institute in some of the grants that we have with the National Academy of Sciences, is that after Hurricane Maria, that pre-disaster movement, that's where the center of the concentration of people were. And we know that a lot of people did move to Orange and Osceola County. And you can see that there's other movement out there in terms of that as well. And you can see that the concentration was here in this area. And obviously, I'm going to talk about Central Florida where we are located here, but it was Orange and Osceola County that drew a lot of the people in and put this region in the spotlight in terms of the relationship between Puerto Rico and Florida. One of the things that we know, and I had the pleasure to do some of the research and be a special guest editor about this population movement itself. One of the things out here that we know from past disasters and past experiences is that when economic conditions are bad in Puerto Rico, people tend to leave the island after a disaster, but after the disaster and economic conditions do increase in the island, people tend to go back. So we see kind of like that relationship, and you see it out here in kind of the chart out here. So it's very important to understand those conditions out here. And so we know now that after Hurricane Maria, you see kind of like distribution out here, but this gives you kind of like contextual thing that Florida, we're on the forefront of this movement, but there's other areas as well, such as Texas, Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, that draw a significant Puerto Rican population as well. And those are some of the relationships that we need to start fostering as well with other chambers of commerce, all the way to 2019. You see it out there, all the way from California up to Massachusetts out here. And I think it's important also if you see also sort of the relationship out here in terms of what was happening in Florida out here. And we're very anxious to get the new census numbers to see if this trend is continuing to happen. I'm just going to quickly tell you the story of 4 zip codes, and it's going to make sense in a little bit. But these are zip codes within Orange and Osceola County, and kind of like gives you kind of like a little bit of the statistics, at least from 2019 in terms of this, right? In terms of, you know, income, poverty, education, all those type of things, and the type of business development that is happening that has been talked about in a lot of relationships out here. But you see sort of the income and poverty levels, the health, the business and economy, and all sorts of the tools that, you know, that we have, and such an important of data, of having a good census and actually have those economic indicators out here that are important to make the decisions. So here are the different zip codes, and I could share this information later so you can have it out here. But you know what they have in common is that they're less than 20 miles from where I am at the University of Central Florida, which is the Puerto Rico Research Hub out here. And these are sort of the locations of very successful business from Puerto Rico. I'm not going to name them for free, but you know, if you like sandwiches, you might put 2 and 2 together. But sort of an iconic place from Puerto Rico that has made that leap here to Central Florida and has businesses all in Puerto Rico and also in Florida, and the success of it, right? And just very briefly, and I know we're a little bit tight for time, just to give you a sense of what we do here at the Puerto Rico Research Hub. We started in 2018, as a reflection of that prior migration out here, but also the commitment that university had to do something after Hurricane Maria. And, we do 4 things. We do academic research. We make sure that we give opportunities for students, that we do outreach, and that we partner with different groups out here. I think it's important to elevate that in terms of that. And for some of you that might not know, the University of Central Florida, we are a Hispanic serving institution. If you see our enrollment, and this is from the spring, about 18,000 students out of 71,000 or so come from a Hispanic Latino background. So this is a great opportunity to partner up out here in terms of that. And we are in this region, the ones that are educating the next workforce. So that's an important aspect to have out here. And just to end to businesses and economic development, there's not going to be a recovery in Puerto Rico without a strong public university system. And it's becoming more apparent that we need to do so here also in the state of Florida. So with that, I'm going to end. And if you have any questions, you have my information here. Follow us on our social media pages, and I will keep you up to post with that. So thank you, everybody. And thank you again to PRUSA and the Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce for the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Fernando Rivera, for spearheading research about the Puerto Rican community, opportunities and challenges. Data is fundamental to register support from any institution and elected officials. So we're very keen in supporting, and we're the first ones to say hi. We want to meet you all at the Puerto Rico Research Hub and give you a hand. Thank you, Fernando. We count on you always. And actually, we want to create a database of Puerto Rican businesses in the state of Florida. We've been talking about that, and hopefully make it a reality soon. Thank you again.